Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there and to the single moms who do both. Happy Father's Day to you too, okay? So, grab your coffee, maybe a snack or two, and let's get into it, okay? So, there's a lot that we're going to discuss today, okay? But the first thing is that there's something going on with our water, okay? And the U.S. has now issued new warnings on something called forever chemicals, and it's in our drinking water, all right? So the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency released new warnings for synthetic pollutants in drinking water. And like I said, they're known as forever chemicals. And they're saying that these toxins can still be harmful, even at levels so low that they're not even detectable. And the family of toxic chemicals known as PFAs have been used for decades in household products like PAM, like the non-stick cooking spray type thing, okay? Non-stick cookware, okay? Stain and water resistant textiles, okay? Not the PAM, I'm sorry, my bad. What they use to make our pots and pans non-stick. That's what I meant to say. My brain. And also in what firefighters use called firefighting foam and industrial products. Now, scientists have linked some of these PFAs to cancers, liver damage, low birth weight, and some other health problems. But these chemicals, which do not break down easily, they're not yet regulated. So the agency is set to issue proposed rules in the next coming months to regulate these PFAs. But until these regulations come into effect, the advisories are meant to provide information to states, tribes, and water systems to address PFAS contaminations. So I'm going to leave that link for you in the description box below, okay? Because I feel that it's very, very important for you all to be aware of. All right, now on to this. One thing that a lot of us stock up on is oil, cooking oil, that is. But how many here stock up on olive oil? I do. Okay. Now, olive oil is known to carry many health benefits, when added to your diet, including boosting heart health, fighting inflammation, and perhaps this is why it is now being incorporated into many more meals. While the demand for olive oil has certainly grown, it might become yet another consumer favorite that's hard to find this year. So, the U.S. has been facing many food shortages since the beginning of this year, and the issue only seems to be getting worse, and we've talked about all of these issues. Over the past few weeks, we've learned that dog food, sriracha sauce, baby formula, potatoes, peanut butter, all of it are in short supply, with plenty of other items on the list. And now there are concerns that olive oil will be on that list as well. So do yourself the favor, if you are in the market for olive oil, if you use it daily, please stock up, okay? Because what's happening is there is this bacteria which can be spread by these insects, and they're sap-sucking insects, okay? Which was first detected in Italy, in Puglia, in 2010. And it wasn't until 2013 that scientists were able to actually identify it. But sadly, this bacteria has since spread to other parts of the world. So that is what is going on with our olive oil, okay? And once an olive tree becomes infected, it stands no chance of surviving. And while it can take years for this bacteria to actually kill off an olive tree, the plant is unlikely to produce these edible olives, as they take about 3 years just to grow, okay? So do yourself the favor and stock up on olive oil, okay? So let's talk about this. Seeds. This is something that we all stock up on because of our freedom gardens, all right? And one thing that I've heard from a lot of you is that it's hard for you to find seeds in your area. And I have said once before, and I'll say it again, that if you're still finding it hard to find seeds, to contact me, and I will do what I can to help you out in that department, okay? Inflation is driving up the prices on seeds. There's no end in sight, not that I can see. So starting a seed bank now will help you prepare for this upcoming food crisis that we're in now. That's not going to end anytime soon, okay? So if you haven't already started a seed bank, if you're having trouble starting your seed bank, like I said, contact me, okay, and I will help you start one. There are ways to store your seeds, okay, to protect them. Glass jars with rubber seals, okay, if you have any canning jars that you can use, all right, like your ball jars, things like that. Mylar bags. So there are different websites that you can go to. VictorySeeds.com is one of the websites that I like to go to. Baker Creek is another one. and I'm talking for heirlooms, okay? The other one that I was getting was through August and Farms, but their prices, it's killing me with the prices. First, for the number 10 can, it was $25. Then it went to $92, and it's like, forget it. I'm not doing it with them anymore. I'm trying to think of the other places that I was getting. Oh, Johnny Selected Seeds is another good one. Okay. Now, make sure that you know your gardening zone. Like I am in zone 9B. Okay. And if you haven't gotten, like the monthly newsletter from me before, always in the monthly newsletter, I always put a gardening section in there, and I go by the zones sometimes, and I'll say, okay, this is what you should be planting, this is what you should be doing in your zone, and stuff like that. Sometimes I just do a general gardening section. But it all depends on where you live, okay? Because everyone's weather and environment is different, okay? So I will try and help you out the best way that I can, okay? Now, talking about gardening and stuff like that, there is an association, okay, and it's the National Black Farmers Association, and the president of this association has spoken out, and I agree with him. And he has said that we've never faced a food shortage, and I think that's what's coming. And yeah, he is so correct. And he has blasted Potato and said the food shortage is coming. High diesel fuel costs and soaring fertilizer prices are squeezing the farmers. High inflation and uncertainty in these markets are causing problems for farmers and truckers. And he said, when you say there's going to be shortages, are we talking about things like what we see from Venezuela, from Cuba, from Russia, where if you go to a grocery store, is it that they're out of Honey Nut Cheerios, or are they out of all cereal? And this is what this guy who's interviewing this president of this association, that's what he's asking. And he said, well, most people don't know corn, for instance, is in corn flakes and corn syrup. Soybeans are in all sorts of products that wind up in your local grocery stores. And for so long, we've had and enjoyed lots of food in this country. So we've never, ever faced a food shortage. And I think that's what's coming in the next coming months. And the Potato administration that I've been urging to take more swift action still hasn't taken the action that I believe is needed. Yes, you are so correct. You are so correct. And the Potato has repeatedly stated that there will be food shortages as a result of the invasion. Everything is Putin's fault. No, it is not, Potato Head. And Potato told the world to expect real food shortages in Europe and the United States. God help us. This man, you just want to take him and shake him and say, wake the hell up. What's wrong with you, man? All right, so now I'm going to show you what some subscribers, some of you guys have sent in, okay? And this came in, and in the subject line of the email, she goes, are eggs now worth more than gold? Honestly, I know. And this is not the first time that this has been brought to my attention when it comes to August and Farms about the dried whole egg product. Now, the number 10 can right now is $88.60. But if you want the big one, right? $330. Seriously, man? Now on to this. This comes from Delaware, okay? And she said, this is just an update. She said, I can send you more detailed information if you'd like. Well, sure. You know, I mean, listen, anything that you guys are experiencing that you know in detail, please always send it in, okay? Because this is how our community grows. This is how we learn from one another, okay? And it's very important that we know what's going on all over our country, all over the world. Okay, it's like in my next video, in one of the next videos that I'm going to be doing, is from people that are not in this country. You have to realize we have subscribers in Australia, the Czech Republic, Italy, the UK. All right? And their views and what's going on with them is just as important as what is going on here. Okay? And what's going on there in their countries, guess what? Is going on here. So she said, but this, for now, is what's going on in Delaware. And keep in mind, this subscriber literally lives 20 minutes from Potato. No joke. She said, passed House and Senate, SB 6, no mags above 17, waiting for governor's signature. HB 450, 10-page gun ban, waiting for governor's signature. HB 423, FFL, has to do a state agency background check before doing an FBI background check too. This could hold up purchases by at least 30 days, waiting for governor's signature. Passed the Senate and in the House, SB 302, gun shop and gun manufacturer liability. This bill will allow victims of crimes where the criminal used a gun in a criminal manner to sue gun dealers and gun manufacturers for the criminal act of another person, even if the person passed a background check to obtain the gun. Passed the House and in the Senate, HB 451, over 21 to purchase a gun at all. Passed House, but was tabled by Senator Sokola, Sokola, but will be picked up soon to be rushed through. Trust that. Oh, God. Gun bill recap. Banning the sale of assault weapons, HB 450. Limiting high-capacity magazines, SB 6. Raising the age from 18 to 21 to purchase most firearms, HB 451. Strengthening background checks by reinstituting the Firearm Transaction Approval Program, HB 423. Holding gun manufacturers and dealers liable for reckless or negligent actions that led to gun violence, SB 320. That is bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. So can I hold the manufacturer of my silverware accountable because my ass is too big? I mean, seriously. Or should I hold Ben & Jerry's too liable? No. For one, it's my thyroid, but whatever. I'll go on. Banning the use of devices that convert handguns into fully automatic weapons, not yet introduced. Gas prices are approximately $4.99. Road rage and general public rage in stores, gas station, parks, and other places. Carjackings and all crime is at an all-time high. You too, huh? It's like an atrocity. I don't even go outside. Forget it. I'll have to tell you a story at a later date. Or should I just tell it now? So, listen to this. 2 weeks ago, a guy comes to my front door. And I'm getting ready to leave. So I open the door because I have my purse and everything, and I'm getting ready to leave. And he's like, I'm from this company, and we're getting ready to lay down fiber optic lines in your area for high-speed internet and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right. And he handed me a flyer, and I'm like, cool, whatever. Shut the door. Put the flyer on the countertop, and I'm like, yeah, I'll leave it for when Sean comes home. But before I shut the door, he goes, so who's the Marine? And I'm like, my son. And he's like, I'm a retired Marine. And he goes, and I have a bum knee now. And I'm like, thanks. Whatever, because I'm trying to leave, right? So the other day, or actually 2 days ago, I'm in the bathroom and I'm getting dressed, right? And Ridley and Penelope start going insanely crazy. They're up at the window and they're rah, 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 right? And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I open up the door and he's just like, did you give a second thought to the fiber optic? And I'm like, what? And he goes, oh, come on, Autumn. He goes, you don't remember? And I looked at him and I go, what did you just say? I never once told him my name. Not once. And I looked at him and I go, no. I slammed the door, literally double bolted everything because I've got 3 locks on my door. I've got like this security chain thing that was invented by a police officer. I locked every exterior door and I put my alarm on. And I'm like, all right, what was that? So Sean comes home that night and I said, you're not going to believe this. And I told him and he goes, could he be a subscriber? And I said, no. I said, that was a ruse. Our houses are being watched. I said, if he was a subscriber, I said he would have been happy to see me and blah, blah, blah. And he would have been the first one to say, I watch your videos, blah, 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 because that's what normally happens when I meet one of you guys out in public. So things are going to change around here. More security is going into place. Because I mean, it's not like I'm going to walk around my house with my, on my side. You know what I mean? But more security is going into place because that cannot ever, ever be trusted. I'm not scared, but now I'm on high alert. You know the saying, head on a swivel. But that's generally when you're out in public, not in your own home. You know what I mean? Anyway, so she says, tensions and emotions are running high here in Delaware. We are noticing that shelves are sometimes not stocked well for whatever reason, and too many are still clueless. I was talking with somebody yesterday in Delaware who didn't even know that there was a bunch of people coming over the border. Really? It's been all over the news. What do? Just click on, oh, whatever. She said, I'll have to look into that. I said, yeah, please do. Some are super frustrated while others have their heads in the cloud or in the sand. Their head will soon fall from the clouds and be dug up out of the sand. There will be no choice. Stay tuned. Oh my God, you're so funny. No kidding. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I get it. It's like, So this email came in and she says, I live in Chicago and like many others dealing with this insane heat. And as a result, I have to be creative in dealing with this heat. Yeah, we all do. So here are a few things I've done and might help others. I bought black foam poster board at Dollar Tree to cover up some stained glass windows, old house, that are otherwise not covered, but a lot of heat comes through them. This works great, especially if you don't have blackout drapes or blinds and it's a cheap fix. Okay, that's a really great idea. I have blackout curtains, but you know what, to be honest, to have that extra, layer of protection, with the windows, I think it's a great idea. Our portable dehumidifier is a big help, and I can use the water for my plants. I was just talking to somebody about that yesterday. So that's a great idea. Thank you. I plan on getting another one for backup. And my husband's air conditioner in his car doesn't work. Oh, mud on me, really. So I got him a battery-operated fan, actually, and a rechargeable battery. Better than nothing, which started me thinking it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a battery-operated fan for the house. Yeah, you're so right. You are so right. Okay, so on to this. Here is a recipe for you for our gardens. Homemade Miracle Grow. Ingredients is 1 gallon water, 1 tablespoon Epsom salt, 1 teaspoon baking soda, half teaspoon ammonia. Instructions mixed together. Use once a month on all plants. And someone found ball jars on sale at Rural King in Zephyr Hills, Florida. A case for $9.99. This email came in, and in the subject line it says the threat of cashless societies. And it says the threat of cashless societies. A cashless society truly is a scary world. Picture everything that you've read about in history books without other totalitarian regimes, and you'll get a taste of what is to come. It actually costs 2.41 cents to produce a single penny. It's interesting. Thank you for that. So before I go, a subscriber has a theory. And she said, I have a theory about the cows dying that no one seems to talk about. I'm not able to share the link here, but if you go to a YouTube video that posted by Mr. MBB333 called Here's Something You Don't See Every Day. Okay. It shows activity in the night sky over southeast Kansas. You've got to watch this. My theory is maybe this caused the cows to end up dying. Very strange that this happened, and no media is even mentioning what was in the night sky. Anyway, been prepping, canning peaches. I've been picking off my trees. Also steamer juicing blueberries that I'm picking daily. Was all set to do more this evening and just realized that my glass top stove has cracked on this side I canned on last night. Ow. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Really? Darn. Piece of crap Samsung China product. Yeah. Has been an issue since it went out of warranty, of course. Wow. Darn. Okay. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.